All right, everyone. So, literally 30 minutes ago, I finished the TV show Fallout, and it came out earlier this year. I was doing other things, so I didn't have the chance to watch this. But I finally finished it, and I wanted to give you my review, what I thought about it, and what I liked, what I disliked. But if you have seen this TV series, let me know down below in the comment section. Whether you liked it, whether you didn't. If you haven't seen this yet, I'm going to tell you why I highly recommend that you go check out Fallout. So Fallout is based on the video game franchise called Fallout, made by Bethesda Studios. And this time it tells the story of our character Lucy, who goes on a quest to find her father. There's also a couple other characters introduced, like the character Maximus. There's also a character named the Ghoul. So they all have like their own little storyline, character arcs, and then it all comes together in the end. And so what I really like about this show, there's a reason why I'm basically hopping on 30 minutes after I saw this show. It's because this show is one of my favorite examples of how to adapt a video game franchise to a TV show or a movie. I think, honestly, for me, video games are better adaptable to a TV show than a movie. And I think this is honestly probably my favorite TV show that is based on a video game. And the reason I say that is because almost in everything, I feel that this TV show honored the video game franchise, but also set its own path. I think that they absolutely nailed the aesthetics. I think they nailed the overall morals to the story, basically about Vault-Tec and the Vault Dwellers, and also the people dealing with the consequences of a nuclear fallout. Basically, that's what the show is based on, so it's not spoilers. But so I really, really dug how this show took what made the Fallout games awesome and also adapted them to a TV show and still made them feel really awesome. I think that just down to all the sets, the practical set designs, the costumes, and the mannerisms of the characters and also the creatures, I think just about everything in this show was almost nailed to perfection. I think my favorite example of how the show adapts what's in the video games is the Vault-Tec side to it, where you have basically this company, and it explores it deeply. It explores what the hope was in Vault-Tec and also some of the darker sides to Vault-Tec. And I think that by the end of this show, it really shows you why Vault-Tec made a difference, both for kind of better, but mostly for worst. And then not to mention that, I think that the more I watched this show, the more I appreciated the character's journey. So you have the main character, obviously her name is Lucy, and she's originally a vault dweller, but basically she's going out to the wasteland, which is the area where the fall occurred. And basically it's her first view of what the wasteland is like. So it's completely different than everything she's known before. And I think that for her character to make that big jump of basically this person who grew up in Vault-Tec to someone who becomes acquainted to the wasteland, I think is actually really cool. Because there's a great way that her character is introduced in the beginning where you understand her morals, you also understand her attributes, her skills and talents, and then they all come together and are utilized in so many different sequences throughout the show that I think really worked for me. And I really appreciate the actress. Again, this is off the spot, so I can't remember for the life of me the actress's name, but whoever played Lucy is awesome because she's so charming, but she's also really grounded and human. It's like at first you kind of see like how Vault Tech influenced her and made her believe in things that maybe she probably shouldn't have, and also how Vault Tech kind of gave her good morals. But you also see that as she learns more about Vault Tech and the Wasteland, how she chooses to learn and to grow, and she becomes a more complex and lovable character, where there are decisions that she has to make throughout the show that are rather tough, but I think they're mostly understandable because of what she's experienced, because of what she's known before and what she knows now. And she doesn't just make the default predictable decision. She makes decisions because her character has changed and grown. I also think that the ghoul, played by Walton Goggins, who I can remember because I love him, I think he is so phenomenal. There's two sides of Walton Goggins' character. You have before the Fallout, and then you have him as the ghoul in the modern day. Him as the ghoul is such a menace and is so fun, but also kind of dislikable. But there's always something intriguing. You can always tell that there's something more to his character than just, oh, he's going to go and, beat up people or go crazy on people. Like, it's not just that. You understand based on who he was before, and as the show explores that, you understand how his character has also changed over time. Like, again, you start to see and peel back the layers to why his character does what he does in the modern day. I wouldn't say the character of Maximus is the most complex, but I did come around to his character a lot more because the guy who plays him as well, again, for the life of me, I can't remember his name, but he's so incredibly likable, and you just feel for him. This underdog who's been underappreciated and beaten and scorned to death, and just looks for an opportunity to not really redeem himself, but to show others that he's capable of so much more. And when that opportunity springs up and throughout the show, it's able to show that, yes, he can sometimes make poor choices based on what he wants, but he can also make good decisions. He can be a really sincere man. He can really empathize, I can't speak right now, empathize with people. I think that just most of these main characters just do such a phenomenal job of, doing bad things, but it's because they're human. It's not like they're always trying to do things because, they're just typical good or bad. It's because they have complex morals. They have ideals that drive them to make certain decisions, and they're not always going to be the best decision because they act like humans. Like, even the worst that they do, like, you can just feel inside that they're hurting or something's going on more than just they're doing stuff. I also think that, like, another thing I loved about this show is it almost perfectly balances drama, storytelling, fun, and filmmaking. Like, all of the things that you want from a TV show or a movie that makes it so compelling and also makes it enjoyable, it's in this show. Like, it's not just well made. It's not just every detail is thought out. It's really fun to watch. It sprinkles in these action sequences or interactions that are just super fun to watch. And it's actually a really funny show. There are several times where it plays sequences for laughs, but it doesn't feel like it disrupts the drama too much. It just feels like a sense of relief and refreshness to what's going on. It's like a subtle pause and break before everything goes bonkers again, basically. I really enjoy when a show can pull that off and not make me feel like I'm taken out of the show. I'm engaged with it. I'm laughing, like I'm smiling ear to ear, and I'm still wanting to know what's going to happen to all these characters. it's really impressive how this show really does this so well. And I think the final thing I wanted to talk about is the story. Like, it starts off really basic, and it's got the typical agenda of like slowly revealing something that's mysteriously going on. Like, it's the thing you've seen in thousands of shows and movies. But for the show of Fallout, I think it worked, because you have all these intriguing ideas and you have all these mysteries that, again, hook you and keep you engaged. So not only is the show a great action show, not only is it a great drama, not only is it great sci-fi, but it's also really intriguing to see, like, as things are revealed, how they impact the plot, how they impact the characters, and how they impact the themes. I think this show is really thematically rich, exploring what you can do to form your own path. Not because someone tells you to do it, not because these ideals for hundreds of years are being done, but you, given the tools, the knowledge, the skills, can make your own choice. I really love that about this show. Obviously, I'm not saying you should always question everything that you've been given and be skeptical about everything. I'm saying, like, with the information that you're given, you can make the choice yourself. It's not somebody forcing you. It's not something outside forcing you. It's because you want to make the choice and because you want to be who you are. I think that's what Lucy does. I think eventually that's what Maximus does. And even in the end, like, the Ghoul, you understand why he does what he does and why he's changed so much because of what's happened in this show. And, one final thing that really stood out to me is the music. So the score of Fallout, and especially in Fallout 4, is one of my favorite scores in a video game ever. And I think that, like, the show mixes what the video game music does, but also filmmaking music, like stuff that would be in a TV show or a movie. It's a little bit different than how it would be in a video game. But again, it balances it super well. It doesn't just outdo, like, all the stuff that Fallout did. It forms its own path with the base of what Fallout did. And so I just think, overall, I don't really have very many complaints. Like, there's definitely one or two episodes with sequences that I kind of wish weren't in there. But they weren't like stuff that like completely took me out and de-leveled my engagement with this show. I think that Fallout is a phenomenal series. I am so excited to check out Fallout Season 2 whenever that comes up. I am going to be anxiously awaiting. I will probably watch it right when it comes out because I have the time now. And I just think that if there's any video game adaptation that you need to get into, I would highly recommend Fallout as being one of your first. Because Fallout is a compelling story with compelling characters, compelling themes, and a really awesome world developed through this show. Like, it's a world that I want to explore more, and so I really hope they nail it with the second season because this already has me 100% hooked. So I really hope that you enjoyed this review. If you did, leave a like. Also comment below what you thought of the Fallout series, and if you have, are you excited to check out Fallout Season 2? Also, let me know any recommendations for shows or movies that I could watch in my spare time because I have the time now. Anyways, I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you next time.